Have you ever noticed how some agents look calm and confident, even when everyone else feels buried under client questions, contract deadlines, marketing, and all the behind-the-scenes work that never ends? They are not superhuman. They just stopped trying to do everything the hard way. Shonnie Aldridge is one of those agents. She spent years running her own real estate brokerage in Atlanta, Georgia, leading agents, serving clients, and carrying all the responsibility that comes with being the one in charge. And even with all her experience, she knew there had to be a better way to grow without burning out. Her story matters, whether you're a brand new agent or you've been in the business 20 years, because the lessons she's learned apply to every agent trying to build a career that works in real life, not just on paper. So let's get to it. I'm Karrie Hill, lawyer turned realtor, eXp certified mentor. And like I said, today we're going to meet Shonnie, who ran her own brokerage and still reached a point where she wanted more support, more freedom, and less liability. She made a change that helped her reclaim her time and build her business in a way that actually feels good again. If you're a newer agent, her story will show you what it really takes to build a long-term real estate career. And if you're a broker owner or team leader, her experience will show you why so many strong leaders are choosing models that give them more leverage and more time to enjoy their lives. Oh, and by the way, if you get any value from this episode, please subscribe and hit the like button. It helps me bring you more interviews just like this to save you from years of trial and error. So this is Shonnie. She is a super successful agent in Georgia. I am so stoked to have her here today. So welcome, Shonnie, to the channel.
Woohoo! So happy to be here. Yes. Thank you so much, Karrie.
So happy to have you here. Okay. Yes. So everybody's always wondering, give us a little background on your life and what brought you to being in real estate.
Yeah. Well, it's a funny story. My mother is a real estate broker. So all of my life I've seen her do this and I've been with her. And but I never wanted to do it. but I was in college and she was like, it was summertime and she said, well, hey, go get your license. And I was like, okay. So I got my license and graduated college, pregnant with my daughter. As a real estate agent, a pregnant real estate agent, graduating college. And so got into the business and went right into her brokerage, so she was the mentor from the beginning and everything like that. And then fast forward to even most recently, she gifted me the company and I was doing my thing in real estate with the company. And then I felt like I needed something different. So then I moved my brokerage over to another brokerage, which is eXp Realty. So, yeah.
Wow, that's great. So what was it that you needed? Because that's amazing that you were essentially a broker with your own company.
Yeah.
Made the choice to come to eXp. What was happening at that point that was like, I need something different?
At first, I didn't quite know. I just, I was making money, Karrie, but I wasn't very happy and, pouring so much into my business was really impacting my personal life. I have a daughter and stuff like that. So I didn't realize it until the pandemic hit. The pandemic hit and I was like, everything surfaced. Any issues that I could have ignored because I was working so much, it revealed. And so I'm like, goodness gracious, what am I going to do here? Because this is wearing me out. This is wearing me clean out. And so a lot of self-reflection, hire a business coach and was really trying to figure out, okay, what is the play, Shonnie, for the next part of your life? Like, what are we doing here? Did research, Karrie, and finally realized, oh, you know what? Let me look into moving my brokerage. I need to take some things off my plate. I must do it if I'm going to survive. And so I did that, and it was like the best. I'm so proud of myself for making the decision to move over to eXp because I'm good at saying no. I'm like, no, prove it. You're saying it's nice I'll be the judge of that, type of thing. And so when I finally got out of my way and I was able to really look at what these different brokerages offer and kind of weighing it out, like, okay, would this work? This might could work. Nah. This might could work. Nah. So when you really figure out, and then you have the right group within eXp, that's really important. I was like, oh, this is it. And I haven't looked back, girl. It's been good.
Wow, that's so great. I mean, so like I've heard that, one of the great things about brokers who make this shift is that the whole liability aspect of it shifts to eXp, right? Which is going to be huge. I mean, I'm an inactive attorney. I mean, taking liability off your plate is, even when you win something in a legal situation, you still had to give a lot of time and energy and stress to go through it. I mean, I always tell people, you don't want to be in any law thing, period. Right. And then unfortunately, I mean, people are like, oh, I could just sue. Yeah. You don't want to ever have to sue.
Be a part of that.
You don't want to be a part of that. And also when you get in front of a judge, you know what? Judge in the end are human, and it may not go your way even when you think it's stacked. So I'm always like, yeah, avoid that. So that's huge for a broker to move and be able to hand eXp that aspect. In what other ways was eXp able to make your life better? What else did you hand eXp besides that liability component?
The liability for sure. And also having to be the go-to person. I mean, I know that there's some smaller brokerages that may have like the managing broker, and then they may have like, a broker who's just there to kind of assist and help the other agents. But I was the broker where it was truly a mom and pop shop. There were less than 10 of us, and I had to know it all and be it all. And that was a lot of pressure, and I couldn't live up to it. So then I would feel constantly like I'm just not doing my very best. That is the worst feeling, but I'm making money. So it's kind of like, well, you're making money, so then hush.
Right.
So I felt, it was a weird feeling. It was weird. Like you're happy, you're grateful, you're doing well, but you're still, something's not right there. And so with eXp, I could, I don't have to know it all. When I attract agents to come and join, they have questions. I may not have the answer. I don't feel guilty. I say, hey, let's talk to the broker. Let's get you in contact with the broker. Do you have a way to contact them? And it's usually through the world or an email or even a phone call. But it doesn't rest on me. I don't have to know the answer to it. And I don't have to feel guilty about it either. I can do what I enjoy doing and still be a leader in my own right and still keep my brand that I've had for all of my real estate career, which means a lot to me. And eXp is like, you don't have to lose your brand. Trinity is you. Push it, promote it. We're the vehicle here, and you use it as best as you can. And that's like, it means a lot to me as someone who's sensitive to my brand,
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, you spent years doing it, having your brand, and I think everybody must feel that way that's been in your situation.
Right.
So that's great. I mean, eXp is really flexible in lots of ways, including the brand, and in many more ways. I mean, those little exceptions we have that even eXp agents don't know about. It's always, what? That's wow. It's
I didn't know. It's like, oh yeah, it gets
right.
Good.
Always something. So it's crazy. So switching gears just a little bit. I know you have a big YouTube channel, and that you do a lot of teaching buyers and sellers information about your area on your YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. So were you doing the YouTube before as a broker, or not till you got to eXp? Because I don't know that component.
It's so funny you said big YouTube channel, because I'm like, is it big? But that's that imposter syndrome. It's like, if you start to compare your channel to someone who has 20, 30,000 subscribers, you're like, I don't have that many, but still, so thank you for that. Yeah, I do have a YouTube channel, and it's such a great tool to use to communicate and connect with people. And I think as time goes on, Karrie, I realize how much of an impact my channel is on my actual community. And it's so funny because I'll be at the grocery store, and it'll be a little girl, and she's like staring at me, and it's like, they'll say, "Oh, are you that lady from TV?" And it's like, "Oh, baby girl, yes." And people like, "Hey, I know you," and things like that. So I'm still getting used to that. So that's a really interesting piece of the YouTube channel, but it's a great lead generation tool, and it's been a tremendous part of how I do business now. I've kind of changed my business model because of my YouTube channel and how well it's doing. And I had a YouTube channel before eXp, and it didn't do much, and I didn't think that it was going to ever do much because I didn't really know how to do it. I was just throwing some videos on there and hoping something would happen. But there really is a strategy behind it, and you have to respect that strategy, and you have to move accordingly to get the results you're looking for. But I've mastered that, and so now the channel is growing pretty rapidly. I started out with less than 100 people, and most of it was like my friends. I'm like, listen, just subscribe, okay? You don't gotta watch nothing, just subscribe. But after I was intentional, Karrie, about it, I mean, I have over 6,000 subscribers. I'm just amazed at that.
You see,
it's really incredible.
That is huge. I mean, That's huge. I mean, 6,000 people who are looking to potentially buy or sell in your area is a lot more business than you will ever be able to service, right? I mean, that's a lot. And I do find that when you said the component about, it's difficult when you start YouTube and there's people, with hundreds of thousands of subscribers, but we're just realtors in a little area, It's not going to be that big. And if you just get past the aspect of, I'm probably not going to go viral, nor do I need to, it's important just to make that connection, that, to let go of the ego aspect of it and realize you're just meeting this smaller group. And so, for example, one of the mistakes I made is I made like a video that covered the entire United States that was really timely, and it was one of the first ones, and I got 6,000 views. And you know what I realized? That didn't matter. It was better to get 50 views of people in Marin County than 6,000 across the United States. So you having 6,000 subscribers is huge. I mean, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's amazing. Thank you. So when you said you put your intention on it, I assume you mean from did you start doing this through the Wolfpack training?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I tell Mike
the
all
difference.
The time. Yeah. Oh, a world of difference, because when Mike is so funny, because he's a young man, and I'm like, who you talking to, buddy? But he's like, Shonnie, that's the vanity matrix. And I'm like, no one's really looking. And how do I look? And he's like, you got to get past that. Like, that's not, you're trying to get in front of a certain person. Like, if you don't have a bunch of views, so what? If that one person makes a difference, and that's a compensation that you will earn. And I'm like, okay, you're right. But yeah, you got to just, I think with anything in real estate, right? You got to get out of your own way, and you got to play the long game. And it's like doing something consistently for a long period of time and not getting upset with that, like knowing that that's just part of it. Like, it was a challenge at first because I didn't really know what I was doing, and I was a little scared because I'm like, oh boy, I'm in my 40s. You know what I mean? Like, shouldn't I know this already? Shouldn't I know how to do a YouTube? No, you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah, no, it's so true. It's definitely an uncomfortable thing, and I'm sure you've found the same. You really grow as you go on, right? I mean, I don't know. It's very uncomfortable, and then you get comfortable. So you must be comfortable.
Yeah, I actually enjoy it, Karrie. Like, I enjoyed the recording part. I don't enjoy the editing, but I pay someone to do that for me now. So I am doing now, Karrie, what I'm really good at and what I enjoy. The things that I don't really want to do, I'll pay someone to do it for me. That's where I'm at now. It just makes sense to me because I want to be happy, right?
Yeah.
And yeah,
that's a really good goal. We definitely want to be happy, and it's great that you've recognized that making tweaks in your business and offloading some of what you did do to someone else who probably enjoys it, by the way. So,
Right.
right. So it all works out there. Okay. So I want to ask you another question, but it's going way back because you've been in this business for so long.
Yeah.
So, and you agreed that you had your mom as a role model and, a mentor. So that's
Yes.
really different than most people's stories.
Right.
And what I'm wondering about is, do you remember when you started, like how you originally went about getting leads?
Mm-hmm.
So what did you do?
Really funny. I would literally go to every single event I could go to. I want to get invited to all the birthday parties, the weddings, girl. Listen, I'm trying to go. And I would get mad if I didn't get an invitation because I'm like, I've been robbed of the opportunity to be in front of a bunch of people. So I would literally shove my business cards and people. I mean, girl, I was everywhere. When I got started in the business, a lot of new development and new construction was happening in Georgia. Georgia started to open up 20 years ago. And so I would literally go into new construction communities and say, hey, do you have an agent? They're like, no. I'm like, okay, well, I'll be your agent. Like, I was super aggressive. But we didn't have the internet and things like that. So I was just doing what my mom told me. She said, you can't be a private agent. And so when she kind of gave me some ways in which I could market, I'm like, well, I don't feel like I want to do it like that. I just started to go to all the events, Karrie, and let people know I'm in real estate. So that's how I started with kind of putting myself out there.
Okay, so I love the fact your events included birthday parties and weddings, right? Because I think if you look online and they'll go, oh yeah, you should do realtor events, go to investor clubs and go to, all those kind of things, right? And they don't actually think, oh, wait a minute, going to a birthday party is a good idea, because if I have a conversation with somebody and they know I'm a realtor, everybody knows what that means, right? You don't have to say, hey, do you want to buy or sell a house? You just say what you do and it comes up naturally in conversation and then they know, right?
Yep.
So it's like your mom said, don't be a private agent or secret
don't be a
agent.
private agent.
Right. So, but you just mentioned events that are really fun too, right? And not as like, I don't know, uncomfortable as walking into a room full of, investors or whatever they are and having to make your way. I'm introverted, so this is not easy for me to begin with, but that's not a fun thought, but I love the idea of birthday parties and weddings. So that's super cool. And then obviously going in and introducing yourself at new construction. I mean, that just makes sense. They need help, right? And they don't know what they don't know either. They know their side. So yeah, that's a great way to get business. In fact, I love that, just in terms of people who have new construction to go about business that way. Okay. So that was super smart. And, you're a super lovable person, Shonnie. So I'm sure you did great at all those events. So this might be hard also to remember. Do you remember what was your biggest challenge getting started with your mom? What was difficult, when you were a new agent, even though you would have had a fabulous mentor? Yeah.
I don't know that I had any fear in it because I kind of saw for most of my life that it worked. So I didn't have any apprehensions about anything. I'll say my apprehension was, and it wasn't really real estate. It was more like, because I was a single mom. Out the gate, I was going to be a single parent. And so I thought to myself, am I going to be able to make sure she's good?
Yeah.
Am I going to be able to make the money to make sure that she's good? I want to be a good parent. But I knew that I could be successful because my mom had been doing it for years. So I knew I could make the money. But I think maybe that was what was hanging over my head. Like, I want to provide for my daughter, and things like that. So I think that's really what it was. But I always knew that I could be something, be successful in my own right.
Yeah. So, it's a different component to be a parent too. So, that whole work-life balance is hard when there's such high expectations on realtors for our time, I would say in general.
Yeah. It's kind of time expensive, yeah.
So if you were starting new now, knowing everything you know from your mom, from that experience, from eXp, from YouTube, Is there anything, and let's say we're in this time period, right? We're not in the time period without internet. Let's do just this one. What would you do differently? I mean, how would you start now if you were a brand new agent on getting your business off the ground and getting leads, essentially?
Yeah, I think the first thing I would do would be to join the right real estate brokerage. I really believe that if you surround yourself around certain people, you're gonna do just as well as them. And it's good to be the smartest person in the room, but it's also good to be around people who are smarter than you. And so what I love about my experience throughout all these years is that I am as good as the people who are around me. So I've been strategic about that. I've been strategic about being the youngest person in the room and being like, I'm a new kid on the block, pour into me, it's going to benefit everyone. So get in the right spaces as a new agent. Be strategic about alignment, be strategic about friendships in this business. Be a part of people who are leaders, because you're going to naturally learn from them because they're leaders and they're going to teach you if you're around to kind of plug into it. And so our group, by virtue of being part of eXp and Wolfpack, that's it. You have it. You have the people to be inspired by, the people who really want to pour into you from a whole different side of the country. It's really a beautiful, I tell Marty, Marty, she's in our group, and I tell her all the time, like, what a blessing it is for she and I to be friends, like real friends in this business. She's such a smart young lady. She's younger than me, but she's so smart. I learn from her. She learns from me. But, when you stay plugged in to the right people, your business is going to grow bigger and wider than what you could have expected because you plugged into the right people.
Yeah, so it's crazy because I imagine perhaps you had this too, is I didn't know how important that community was going to be.
Ooh, girl.
Wolfpack, right?
It's a piece of work.
It really is in all the things that you mentioned. And, we do work remotely, and every once in a while I can feel like I'm on an island, and to key into our mastermind calls, especially the women's one on Wednesday where we can talk a little bit, brings me right back and recenters me.
Doesn't it?
But it's crazy, all the things you listed in terms of, really having people who pour into you and care about you, as opposed to somebody in an office who, people feel like they're competing. I mean, you must have seen that from afar as a broker, that, I mean, surely the 10 people you had working for you didn't want to share their best secret with the person sitting next to them. It's not human nature.
And I believe that the culture of real estate, and I know this is going to sound terrible to people who are listening, but this is the reality. I've been in the business for 23 years, so I've seen some things. The culture of the business is like, I am an agent and I can't share with you because you're going to take my idea and do better than me, and that frightens me, right? No matter if this agent has been in the business for 30 years, the culture has always been, everyone is your competition and you got to knock their heads off. This is what it is. Now, here we are at eXp talking about collaboration over competition. That is a new phenomenon. That is not something that has been around. That's not how real estate works historically. Go to some other brokerages around the country and see how they operate, and you will see what I'm saying is true. And so and I wasn't raised like that, right? I'm a team player. I want us to all win. I'm like, come on, guys, let's win together. That's how I've been raised. And it didn't really work well for me most of my career. It kind of worked against me, where it was like, oh, just, that's how Shonnie is. And maybe she's somewhat of a pushover somewhat. It's because I'm just raised to care about others for real. And so to be in this environment where me being myself and offering assistance to others is really benefiting me, I'm going to automatically get paid for my agent's efforts. And it's not going to impact their income at all, right? But it helps me. So me being who I am and still being able to get paid for it automatically, it's the perfect match for me, for someone of my personality type,
Absolutely. And what a great positive energy you bring to your agents, just knowing that.
Yeah.
But I think what you're talking about in terms of like helping your agents, do the very best is our revenue share that we have at eXp. Is that what you
Oh
were
yes, baby.
talking about? Right. Yeah. It's one of our streams of income. Pretty darn awesome. What I have found so amazing about that system of helping people with the very best that you can pour into them and getting that little fraction of all their deals is that attitude carries across all of eXp, even between groups and sponsors, and has literally become the eXp culture, expectation that we pour into each other, whether or not we're connected through our sponsor lines. I mean, have you found that to be true as well?
Yes. I think, and that makes us really great too. And it makes us stand out what we stand for and how we move. And it really is such a blessing too, because real estate can be a lot on an individual. Like you mentioned, kind of feeling like sometimes I'm on an island, like I'm the only one going through this really tough transaction or this really tough client, or maybe something going on in your life that's kind of derailing the progress of your business and stuff like that. And to know that there are people in the business who are super successful that still deal with stuff, but they find a way to power through, and being able to have direct connection with them makes a world of difference in how you operate in your business. And so you are your business. So if you can't come to your business ready to operate because you have something going on, plugging in to the right people can, like you said, get you right back on track. So like, you know what? Karrie just said that she had this going on, but she just had this closing and she did this and she did that and she made it through, and it was tough for her, but she made it through. Well, doggone it, I can make it through as well.
Yeah, that is the way it feels.
Yeah.
So, I should have asked you this earlier, but how did you find the group that we're both in? Yeah. And decide on them.
I think it was a couple of things that kind of put it in my face. Patience of waiting and not moving so fast. Prayer and telling people what I needed. So I started to kind of become more vulnerable after, like, once the pandemic happened. I changed a little bit for the good, but I became more vulnerable with speaking out, like, I'm not happy in my business. I need help. I don't even know how to do this and stuff like that. Like, just admitting, like, here are my shortcomings. And the old Shonnie would be too prideful to even say that. But after the pandemic, child, honey, I just it impacted me in such a way. But I was talking to my business coach, Karrie, and I was like, I don't know, maybe I'll buy a franchise. Maybe I'll buy into a franchise. Maybe because what I'm doing is not working for me for some reason. It's not working. And I said, well, maybe I'll just go to eXp. And he's like, well, who have you spoken to? Because he had already heard about eXp. And I was telling him I spoke to some people, and he said, well, speak to this guy here. That was Mike. I said, okay, because I'm here to listen and to try to figure it out. And so when I talked to Mike, the way he explained it, after I told him what I needed, I'm like, so wait, you're going to give away this for free? I don't have to pay for it. Because at this point, Karrie, I had been paying for someone to show me how to do Facebook, someone to show me how to do different things in my business to market myself. I had been paying for it out of pocket and really not gaining much from it. So when he said, oh, we have this, we have that, and he was just hitting it, I'm like, wait, I don't have to pay extra for this? He said, no, by virtue of joining eXp and joining our group, you'll have it. Game changer.
Yes. And then you got to give it to all of your agents too. Really?
I was like, oh my gosh, like, this is so very good for me. And it's been on ever since then. I mean, as you can see, my YouTube channel, I mean, I get a call. Before we got on this call, I had to send out a message to someone who reached out to me this morning because she wants to buy a house here next year. And she's in a whole different state. So I'm constantly getting leads from me doing what I enjoy doing. Thank God for the Wolf Pack and eXp.
Yeah. So another thing that because we share the same upline, I mean, what's been amazing is that you and I can work together, right? So that people can name one of us a sponsor and one of us a co-sponsor, and the upline is the same. They get access to that, and when they choose the co-sponsor, they get, a more personal thing of what that co-sponsor brings to the table. So if somebody's watching that is interested in that kind of situation with us, what would you say your co-sponsorship as a co-sponsor, what would that look like for the people? Because everything else we have is the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the same. So
Yeah.
just what would you say that would be?
Well, for one thing's for sure, you're going to have the experience that I have. I'm going to share that with you. So some of the interactions you're going to be having with your clients, and you may not be new to the business. Maybe you have been in the business for quite some time, but some of the interaction that you'll be having with your clients, you may feel like, oh gosh, how do I approach that? I'm here to help you to understand how to really approach that the right way, right? I'm just here to really support in all kind of ways, especially in things that I'm really good at. So if you're wanting to really get in front of your clients, you're really wanting to know how to really work that YouTube, I'm here to support you with that. If you just want somebody that you can talk to about some things, I'm here for that too. So you're not in it by yourself when you call on me to be the co-sponsor. You have that support that you really need. A lot of times an agent will talk to me and they're having a hard time articulating exactly what they're trying to say, but I can pretty much read, like I already know, okay, this is what you're talking about. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So I love that. I love being able to be of assistance to help people to see them do their very best. That's one thing about me that's different. I really want to see you do well. Honestly, I do. And I'm here to support you in every aspect of the way.
Yeah, I mean, well, your wealth of experience with 23 years and having been a broker and, you have just a ton of information. Then you switch, you got all your YouTube stuff too. And you also know about hiring other people when you need to. It's a huge wealth of experience, and people are very lucky to be associated with you and get that little piece. Well, it's not a little piece, it's a huge pieces of advice and help through it, right? Yeah. New agents, definitely, it's what you've said before. They don't know what they don't know, but they know that one that's come up. Uh-oh, I don't know this, and just to have somebody that can access and get the answers, that is amazing. So anyway, I think that's about all I have today. I'm so happy that you joined us today. Thank you so much for that wealth of information.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. I'm so glad to be here with you.
Thank you. I will see you soon.
Okay,
bye,
see y'all.
Bye.
So if you want to work with Shonnie or Smart Agent Alliance or both of us, the links are in the description. And if you want my direct help for free, join our next live webinar, reach out and ask us some questions. You will see why so many agents say, I wish I had found this sooner. And then you can book a call with us so we can map out your next steps. If you want to learn more about eXp Realty or our team, you should see some other videos above my head, like somewhere about now. Thank you for watching and have a great day.